Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. This is episode 13 of this career. Now I've been doing some stuff off of camera and you can notice up here that we have quite a bit of funds. And the reason I've been doing that, I've been doing a lot of tourist missions, some rescue missions, and I've been buying astronauts. We don't have too many yet. This really needs to grow before we go too much beyond just Kerbin orbit, just because it's going to take a lot to have an active space program. I mean, as you can see, these guys are kind of getting expensive. Every one you buy, every one you rescue, the next higher goes up this price. So it becomes cheaper and cheaper and cheaper just to rescue them out of orbit. But yeah, as we go, we'll get more. And I just wanted to show you what I've been up to. We also managed to get a little bit more science. I haven't spent that on anything. But as I've been doing those things, I've been accumulating interesting missions, and I have 5 of them that I'd like to take care of in one shot. Literally in one shot. So I've built this silly monstrosity, and let's hope that this works. So what it is we have a build an unmanned probe, put it in orbit, satellite with mystery goo. Right? Have another one, specific orbit of Kerbin, mystery goo. Alright, so we can do both of those in one shot. Carry this big, giant, hulking mass. We need to test that on an escape trajectory. And then we have 2 things to test in orbit of the sun, or 3 things to do, test in orbit of the sun, rather. So we have a lot of missions that we can do, and they all sort of can be done one after the other. So let's go ahead and get to it. The first thing we're going to do is do the equatorial orbit of Kerbin, because we're pretty much set up to do that right away anyways. And it'll load. While this is loading, go ahead and click the like button on my video. Go ahead and click subscribe to my channel as well. Ooh, I do not like the way those things are wiggling. We are going to go ahead and revert that flight back to vehicle assembly, and I'm going to build this just slightly ever so better, maybe a little bit. You'll notice all the fins, and you'll notice these wings back. This is for structural support of this, but because I put those wings way up here for stability, I added a whole lot more fins down here, and that's why those are there. Let's see what was I going to do. I was going to tie these together a little bit so they don't wobble. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to forget I just did that, because I forgot to say do it for multiples. Now this should automatically go to the right number, which is 6. And now they're all tied together, so it should be a little more stable of a flight. I thought this was going to be enough, but apparently it was not. This is kind of a weird ship, just the way I had to build it. So took a little bit of creativity to have an upside down engine on the top so we could test it on the way out. And hopefully, well, yeah, we'll get it done. There you go. A little more stable. Because of this and being so horrifically unaerodynamic, I am largely just going to go up for a while and have a more of a ballistic launch. Now that doesn't matter too much because we're going so far up anyways. It's just doesn't really matter all that much. I'm going to tip it a little bit as we get further up, but I am, oops, a little more than I had intended to do, but that's okay. We'll bring it over a little bit. I'd like to get some of that going towards a lateral motion, but again, mostly straight up. I just want to make sure we get into space, and after that, we can do what we need. Start backing this just a little bit farther over. We're getting pretty close to being able to dump those solid rocket fuel, and there they go. Now I don't have a whole lot of thrust on this, that we probably have less thrust to weight ratio than we would normally desire, but look, this is already in an orbital position, so all I'm going to do is just turn this over. It doesn't really matter what happens, we're going to hit space. And we're just going to make all of that go sideways. And we're slowing down which isn't good, but it's expected because of the ballistic launch that we had. And eventually a couple of things are going to happen. We're going to run out of fuel in this particular stage. And as that happens, we're going to start gaining. Now, as you can see, we're going to run out of this. The next engine that we have is a lot weaker, so I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be doing. I could have tested this before I filmed it, but I figure, you know, you guys like to see crashes too. I forgot to put these on an action group, so I'm just going to go ahead and, while we're waiting for that to burn out, extend these antennas as I see them. And we'll go ahead and stage, and where are we at? So, yeah, we've got a long ways to go. And again, we'll just zip back in here, and we'll grab all of these out. I don't know if it matters if they're extended or not. There was a mod that required antennas a while back, and it required those to be out. So I'm not sure if this built-in version of that is required or not. We're slowly hitting that, or getting closer to that. This is taking a lot more fuel than I had anticipated it taking. Not that way. This way. But we are clipping along pretty good right now, and those are really efficient engines, especially in space. Not so much in the atmosphere, but... And what I did is I filled up this, so we should be using basically all of these are still full. Now, I only had this halfway filled to begin with. That may be my undoing, I hope not. I didn't want to make it too heavy. And I'm glad I didn't make it too heavy because, again, we're having a little trouble even. I mean, we're almost at the apoapsis, and we still need to gain quite a bit of speed before we hit back into the atmosphere. Now, I don't think that's going to be too likely that we're going to hit back into the atmosphere. But, nonetheless, you know, these are not the strongest engines that can be produced, but... Okay. Okay, we're past the apoapsis, which is sort of disappointing, considering we've been on a pretty constant burn, but... we do not appear to be in any danger of falling below 70,000 feet anytime soon. So... I'm gonna... down there a little bit more. And we can see, I mean, the orbit's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to be popping out on the other side here. We'll have a sub-zero periapsis, which will be nice. Not sub-zero, super zero. There it is. And that'll hit 70 sooner rather than later, and there we go. So we are in orbit. And so we're just going to burn out until the apoapsis is touching the pink. Or closely, you know, close to it. And I hope we have enough fuel. We still burning from here? Nope. Just barely into that. I'm going to speed this up. I really hate doing that. To be honest with you, I don't think it makes for the most efficient use of fuel. I could be wrong on that. When you time warp it in this, I just don't think the calculations are always like, oops, that good. And then you have human error that comes into play. All right. That's actually pretty close. I am going to spin that around and just give it a small little burst to slow it down. Do not have a whole lot of control in this one. This ship is just so freaking huge with that giant engine on it. And I'm just going to ever so slightly burn that back. All right. And then we're going to wait up to here. We're going to add a maneuver. Yeah, we'll need to mess with this a little. Whoopsie, wrong one. Need to mess with this a little bit. That's probably going to be pretty close to good enough, but I think we'll actually get away with burning less fuel. Something like that. All right, so let's do that. 26 seconds. Oh, man. I hope we have enough fuel to do all I want to do. Okay, we're here. I'm going to go ahead and time warp it to here. Warp to next maneuver. And we shall burn out to that. As soon as we get a little closer, I'm going to go ahead and time accelerate to that. We got to get to about 13 seconds. There we go. As we progress and we get more science, this is going to be a lot easier. We're going to have some more options that can like lock onto these burns that we have, so we don't have to pay so close attention to it. It just kind of does it on its own and tracks it. And we are just about there. All right, so we just need to look up in here. We've got a bunch of stuff checked. We just need to maintain for 10 seconds. And there we go. We've beat it. All right. So the next thing we need to do is we're going to zip around here. We're going to line up between the ascending node here and the descending node there. And align them up. That gives us a general notion of where we need to burn. We're going to add a maneuver right there. That's not where I said to do that. Oh, yeah, it is. Sorry. This one we just need to kill. All right, so this one, what we need to do is burn. It's an ascending node, so if we want to match that, we need to go down. And as you can see, lots of crazy there, so we're going to have to adjust and maneuver and so forth as this goes. But this way? Yeah. That's pretty close. We're not quite there. And then we'll just back up just ever so slightly. There we go. So that'll put us on course to there. I also have to do is just add a little bit of a blast on the other side when we get there, and that will put us into that orbit. crazy. Come on, come on, come on. All right, we're going to fast forward to that maneuver, warp to the next maneuver. It's a 20-second burn, so we're going to do it 10 seconds on this side of it. And now, we got it a little late, but that's okay. It's a beautiful thing. All right. That didn't exactly work the way I wanted it to. I'm just going to kind of give it more until it goes out there and hits that. All right. We're a little off. I am not too concerned about that. We're going to grab this, add a maneuver, hit it like that, maybe? Probably less than that. Oops. I'm thinking that'll do it. Yeah, not that well. All right. So this is a little bit away. I just want to line it up first. So I'm not trying to do this in the last seconds before that. We only have a 2-second burn time, so that's good news. I don't know how much delta V I have in this left. Hopefully I have enough to get us out of the gravitational control of Kerbin when this is all done. Otherwise, this will turn into a 2-in-1 mission rather than a 5-in-1 mission, which would be really annoying. All right, we're going to go ahead and click here, warp to next maneuver. And we're going to go ahead and fast forward just a little bit faster, more than that, to get us down to about the sub-10s here. So we don't have too much power. All right, we're there. We just need to wait and maintain it for 10 seconds. So a few Mississippis from now, we should have that mission done. All right, I am just going to go ahead now and move this to where I just want to burn prograde, basically. And this is our best chance of using the rest of our fuel to get into orbit of the sun. So let's hope that this has enough. Please have enough. Please, please, please have enough. Yes, we have enough. I'm just going to keep this burning for a little bit, and then I'm going to zip out here and see where it's got us burning to. That's kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and just keep that burning out and see what that does, because there's no reason to have fuel left in this particular ship. And it looks like it's putting it on a weird orbit that may actually, be some benefit to us to have relays on. So it's actually pulling it in, so it's interesting. I don't know if interesting is the right word. But it will also get us out of here faster, which is the main thing that I'm worried about. And we're done. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. We are on an escape trajectory. We need to test this engine, so we're going to go ahead and run that test, right? This is escape trajectory on Kerbin, run test. Okay, so we've taken care of that one. So the next things we have to do is we have to, again, be under the sun. So let's go ahead and we will change views. And we will start fast forwarding. And this should be out of here in no time. Okay, we are in orbit of the sun, the sun, the sun. So, all we have to do, first thing we have to do is, I believe all we have to do is run the test on that is to hit the stage. So, yep, that's all we needed to do. Now we have two decouplers. We have this one, and we have the one right behind it. See? So we're going to do that one first again. And now we just have this one, which we're going to do next. And where'd it go? There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got more than that, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we do 6? 1, 2, 3. Am I crazy? Yeah. I guess I'm crazy. We did 6. I was wrong this whole time. I forgot that we had these two separators. Cool. So that was pretty awesome. We did 6 missions in 1. So I'm glad you were here for this. You know, and just for the giggles of it, let's observe mystery goo and see if we can send it back. Oh, we already did that. Never mind. All right. Forgot I mentioned it. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. This was a cool mission. Again, we should have... Well, here, you know what? Let's go back to the Space Center and see what kind of things we have. But thank you for joining me on this adventure. Please click the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. I play a lot of games beside Kerbal Space Program. I enjoy them all. They're all a lot of fun, and I think they're all worthy of watching. So hope to see you again. Please comment on this if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions for me, if you know of any games you'd like me to play, whatever. I'd like to hear from you. But let's see. We've got quite a bit here. We gained a ton of science from that. So that is pretty remarkable, honestly. In fact, while we're here, let's just go ahead. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Give you more time to like and subscribe to my channel. What I said was, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade these because we have the money to upgrade them. And I see no reason to not spend that money to do just that. So these are completely upgraded. The only thing we haven't upgraded is this administration building, which I have absolutely zero intention of using. The space plane hangar, which I may or may not use, and of course the runway for that. So if we use this, we'll start upgrading those. But I never use this. So pretty good deal. All right. Well, I will see you the next time, and have a great day. Be safe.